Um, Hello? Is this thing on? Mic check? 1, 2. Welcome back to Unicycle Lore. A little rusty, guys. Now it's been a minute since I did one of these. I'm living in a very busy household right now. This is it's awesome. I got my daughter. She's 2 months old now. My son is 16 months old. So my wife and I have been enjoying taking care of a toddler and an infant at the same time. But it is very busy, but it's awesome. It's good work. I had to end my little hiatus to come back and talk to you guys about this video project that Scotty Julian has been posting. These videos are amazing. Okay, the project is called A Home to Live In. It's a video series, a 5-part series. We got the first 4 parts over the last few days here, and these videos are amazing. I've watched all of them multiple times. The style of them is so sick. I mean, just look at the way Scotty films and edits these. Like, he's got the little, like, the film effect on these. And there's just little editing kind of gimmicks like this that make them extremely satisfying to watch. And I love the transitions. I love the style of these videos. This is so cool. This is the coolest unicycling has ever looked. I wanted to talk about these. That's not even to mention the riding, but we're going to get to that. I'm going to show you guys my favorite trick out of all of these so far. I wanted to set the scene by showing you just how sick these look and sound too. That the song choices on these are, I don't know, it just makes me like, is it weird for a unicycle video to make you feel feelings? I feel like Scotty is like a filmmaker who just chooses to use unicycling as it just happens to be that unicycling is the subject of this guy's artistic filmmaking. These are amazing. Like, look at the way this is color graded, and tell me this doesn't just feel like unicycling to you. You know what I mean? The like wide landscape shot, you're kind of all alone. That's how unicycling is for most people most of the time. And that's a sick trick. I love the editing on these. There's all kinds of nostalgia in here. I feel like you get a real glimpse into the way Scotty feels about unicycling, given the way he frames his shots, the B-roll he chooses to include here. I don't know, man. It's interesting. I love this project. I think this is sick. I feel like Scotty's trying to say something more than just like, look how cool these tricks are. But of course, we're going to talk about that. Hick flip over hick. And you got like the tilt shift effect, keeping your eyes locked in there. He kind of guides your eye around the screen a little bit. I love this stuff. I love it. And it helps that Scotty is so good at riding. So that's part 3 there. Yeah, just a couple clips from each of these. That's all I wanted to show you guys. If this isn't enough to make you watch it, I don't know what will be. You should be watching anything that is on this channel if you're into unicycling. It is just a wealth of amazing videos. This is... we talk about nostalgic stuff. I remember when I first met Scotty, when I first started to see him pop up at unicycle competitions, he looked like this. And I do remember at those events, I'm thinking like, this must have been 2011. There's no way it was yeah. I don't know when this was. These are K1 parts on here, or is this Nimbus? I don't know. Maybe Scotty can tell me in the comments, when was the first time we met at a competition? I just remember him looking like this, like a kid. I was a kid, but he was like a child, and everyone at those things would just say constantly, like, look at this dude. If he keeps riding, imagine what he's going to be like when he's, when he's in college, or when he's a little bit older, when he gets bigger. Imagine the type of tricks he'll be capable of. And everyone who ever said that was completely right. Completely right. His riding is unbelievable. Just look at this next trick here. This trick should not be possible. This is my favorite trick of all of the clips. I hate to spoil it because it is an amazing trick. It is a reverse side 5th middle underflip. The 360 reverse side spin underflip is one of the hardest tricks I ever did. I had to do it because I was playing an out game against Scotty, who said it. And I remember when I got to the end of my little battle and landed the 3-spin version of this trick, I remember just being like, I'm good without ever doing that one again. You guys remember what I said? You did it once, you did it. You can move on. I was happy to move on from that one. But Scotty's so good at it that he can add an additional 180 to it. Like, this is mind-blowing stuff, guys. And the videos are full of tricks like this. If the visual and auditory style of it was not enough of a draw for you, I can assure you, the riding is sick. And these are videos that span multiple years of Scott's career. I cannot wait for the last part of this. I can't wait, dude. It's coming out at Unicon. It's going to be at the movie night. I'm really looking forward to it. Next thing we got to talk about here, moving on. It's hard for me to move off the Scott video, but you guys go watch them and tell me what you think. First, tell Scotty what you think in the comment section of his videos, and then come back to me and I want to talk about them because they're amazing. How lucky are we as a unicycle community to have a guy like Scotty who is so committed to making high quality art for us to consume. You know what I mean? We used to he's like, I don't know. It's like the modern version of, I grew up watching videos by Raphael Puham and Cinco Jim. They were like the guys who had that kind of aesthetic flair to their videos. They were like professional films, but Scotty just takes it to the next level with the actual cool editing. You know, it doesn't feel like corporate films. Not to throw shade at those guys, but those videos are amazing that Raph and Cinco Jim made. But the way Scotty edits, I don't know. I feel like it's just saying something more, and it does put unicycling on display in just the coolest aesthetic possible. Okay, so all right, now I'm ready to move on. We got to talk about the Leipzig invitation. This is a post-Unicon session. I got the information about this from Volker Schubert. If you guys don't know him, he's a street rat that I am very highly anticipating seeing ride at Unicon. I don't know, man. For my money, I'm thinking he's looking like potential gold medalist. I don't want to put pressure on him, but the dude he rips, and he's going to be there. And I don't think Mimo's going. Who's going to beat him? Who do you guys think? I don't know. He's, I think, hosting this because first of all, look at this. Not first of all. I just said a bunch of stuff first. Whatever point in the conversation we're at of all, look at how sick this website is. This is a cool website. Like it feels nice to like move around this with my cursor here. So they got 25 people. They've got information here about catering. And then look at this. An itinerary for what they're going to do on each of these days with... Dude, this is amazing. We don't have this letter in English, so I can't read this. Looks like a B. Looks like a capital B in the middle of a word. Plebenhof. So you're going to be camping here. There's a lake nearby to swim at. They got things planned for every day. A ride in the city. Plus, you get to go to Heis house. Dude, if you can go to this, you should go. I remember after Unicon in 2012, a group of riders went from Italy to Austria and stayed at the Puham's house. And the riding that took place in Austria after Unicon was like almost better than the riding that happened at Unicon. Okay, you kind of get like a second wind when you're with this group of riders and you're like, okay, let's keep doing this. And then people can throw down. And if you're interested in following this, which I am, apparently this whole thing is going to be documented here on with photo and video. And this is just sick. Okay. Yeah, so sign up for this. I'm hoping it's not too late. Unicon, I know, is in like a couple days. So, yeah, you guys can email Volker Schubert to try to get on there, and we'll see. I hope I'm not like already past the date. If I am, I'm sorry, but I'm hype about this no matter what. I'm just gonna put it on your radar so you know to watch this spot. If you're not going, which I can't. I could never swing a Unicon trip at this point in my life, although I tell you what, does give me a little bit of FOMO, some of these things. The other thing that gave me FOMO was this right here, Dow's channel. If you haven't been following Dow's Unicycle channel, you should be. This channel is amazing, and they posted a 45-minute podcast about, it's like a Unicon flatland preview. I just kind of threw some headphones in and listened to this while I was doing chores around my house, and this is good content, man. This gave me FOMO. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is cool listening to three competitors talk about how they're gonna, what their thoughts on the upcoming competition. And I have some thoughts on it as well. I don't know if I'm gonna get into them in this video, but I will tell you, like, these are all guys I'll be keeping an eye on. These guys plus Fuo Sato. He's on my radar. I want to see what this dude can do. I don't have any of his clips up here, but you know who I'm talking about. Humiasa on Instagram. If you're not following him, you should be. He recently got Uniwhips dialed, and I think that he is going to be a contender for sure. Him and Trey Han. I can't wait to see what Trey Han brings to Unicon, and that's not to mention Steffi, okay? I'm thinking Unicon Flatland this year, despite the fact that Jack Sebin is not attending. If I'm breaking that news to you, I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. I'm sorry you had to hear it at all. I would have put money on Jack taking the whole thing. I've seen some of his recent riding. I'm privy to some of the private sessions of Jack. Not to brag, but he does send me clips from time to time. And the stuff he was showing me was unbelievable. I hope he puts it in a video for you guys to see, because Jack is insane. Anyway, I got to move on. I can't be talking about that too much, but he was going to blow some minds. So there's a couple guys who I think would have been podium contenders who aren't going to be at Unicon, which means it's, the floor is open for some new competitors. Oliver Nielsen, I feel like he is going to throw down. He had he kind of went hard at EUC Winter. I was really impressed by his riding there. I can't wait to see what he does. He's been sending me stuff on Instagram about Unicon too. I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. So we did the Leipzig Invitational. I wanted to show you this video too by Mael Robert. This is another dude I'm going to be watching at Unicon. I don't keep up as much with the trial space as I should. Okay? But I know this guy. And this guy's unbelievable at gaps and stuff. And trials. And he worked on this video for 2 years. This is just classic trials edit. 5 minutes, 45 seconds of him just doing his best riding. And it's well filmed. The editing is cool. It's got a cool song. And he's really good. I can't ride a skinny to save my life, so clips like this are always going to be ones that I have to show off. This is so impressive to me. The balance required to do this. Look how long he's standing still. How is this double speed or more? I don't even know. But this is unreal how he goes up and over the posts. Precision trials riding. I love that stuff, man. It reminds me of who were like Zach Baldwin, Ryan Atkins. Like when I first started riding, these trials videos were part of what got me into it. And I just know there's dudes out there seeing this guy flying all over the place. He's got big hops. This guy's an athlete, man. You should check his Instagram if you haven't. He lifts. He's a very strong guy. And lifting, if you're not into it, you should get into it. Lifting is fantastic cross-training for unicycling. In times of my life where I can't unicycle as much, I never quit unicycling, which, if that hasn't become apparent to you by now, I'll just spell it out. I'm never going to quit. Sometimes I just have to take longer breaks. I'm in one of those phases right now. I'm very busy. But when that's happening, lifting weights is a good way to maintain some of the things that make you better at unicycling. So when you get back to it, you're in better shape. You could throw that thing around. And this dude, he's a testament to the power of lifting as a unicyclist, because he's explosive. And he can throw down. I'm excited to see what he does at Unicon. Trials, long jump. I think he's a long jump guy. I know he's a long jump guy. I don't know why I'm saying I think. Anyway, before we get to Unicon, I did want to just show you a place where you can watch some of the NACC coverage. This is One Wheel First. It's a channel that's just, look at this. They have youtube.com/@unicycle. That's sweet. I've been watching some unicycle basketball on here from time to time, but they did some pretty solid coverage of NAUCC, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's the North American Unicycling Convention and Championships. I think it was kind of a quieter year for NAUCC. If not that there's anything wrong with that, it kind of always is like that on Unicon years. But Mimo was there. He did a little show if you want to check that out. I did want to give a quick shout out to the Flatland expert competitors. These are the results. Your podium here: Nick Korber, Nick Braun, Parker Lewis. It's your top three for male expert, and then Heather Laszlo. It looks like she may have been the only competitor in female Flatland, which is, that is a shame if that's really what happened here. I wish we had more people riding, but like I said, kind of a quiet year, down year for NAUCC on a Unicon year. But congrats to all of these people. I mean, that's sick. Nick Corber's a national champ. Nick Braun, these guys have been around for a little while. I like riding with these guys. They were at the last Unicon. I wonder if they're going this time. I don't know Parker, though. But congrats, anyway, to all of those guys. Now, I already touched on Dow's stuff here. You should go check this out. Finally, just to wrap this up, I like the Unicycle World Championship Instagram page. They got I like their approach to social media. I've been watching all these things. They got this thing here, hashtag Ride to Unicon. I'm going to be following this hashtag. I want to see what everyone's doing, and I have to live vicariously through unicyclists who are traveling, since I am not going to be doing that myself. So, guys, if you're going, please post tons of stuff and make videos afterward to post on YouTube. I like watching stuff on YouTube. Look at all these tabs. It's mostly YouTube, and that's where I'd like to keep track of stuff, but I'm sure I'll have dudes sending me things on Instagram. You can email me stuff. I realized this was kind of quick. I don't have a ton of time. Like I said, very busy part of my life. I do have a couple ideas for little projects I want to work on here and there, and I do also want to get back on the unicycle, so just watch this spot. You got to kind of bear with me as I work through this extremely busy part of my life, but guys, I'm still here. Send me emails, send me Facebook messages or whatever, drop a comment. I still like interacting with the unicycle community. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. That is going to do it for today. I will see you later. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, whatever. I mean, you don't have to do any of that. If you weren't, whatever. Just if you watched it, I'm glad you're here. See you later.